Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Dissecting Liberty podcast. We are coming off the disaster that was Cotton Week, and normalcy has been restored.
Dude.
What?
Fake news. Everybody loved Cotton Week. What are you talking about, man?
No, we had some good episodes. You did good work.
Thank you.
But yeah, as everyone knows, I was on my honeymoon. That was a good time. We went through Colorado and up into Wyoming and then back to Colorado, like at the end there. But yeah, I got to see Yellowstone and Grand Tetons National Park, among other things. It was a good time. A lot of driving, though. Yeah, I'm a little tired of it, to be honest. I'm good. I don't need any more long road trips for, at least a little bit here.
Yeah, but I always appreciated driving more than flying. I hate flying so much.
Yeah, because you're sitting there and, we're both big guys.
Yeah.
It gets a little cramped.
Definitely.
Yeah, I remember one flight where I was like in the middle row on one of these big planes,
Yeah.
And there's like 5 seats across, right? And like I'm right in the middle.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't even think I had like an armrest. It was like I was like a teenager or whatever. So I'm like, they give me my my lunch, and I'm over here like keeping bending my elbows in and like trying to eat with my fork. It wasn't working out. It was a bad time.
Yeah, I remember I was a teenager, and my grandma lived in Florida at the time, and me and my mom went to visit her. And flying back, I got a middle row, or a middle seat rather, and it was in the back of the plane too, which frequent flyers know is quite turbulent. And I got quite sick.
Ooh, yeah.
I was throwing up.
Oh no!
And there were a couple of like highly attractive women on either side of me. And I was so embarrassed. I was throwing up. And these two women were... It was bad.
Oh, no, I don't envy that. Yeah.
Yeah, it was really bad.
Yeah, and you'll remember that for a long time. One of those traumatizing situations.
Definitely. Like today, a buddy of mine got some of this, I forget what it's called, but it's this weird Texan tequila that's like super special.
Okay.
And he bought some and he asked me if I wanted to try it, and I said sure. And I poured just like a whisper of a sip, just enough to barely get the taste, and I tasted it. And I was like, wow, this is pretty good. This is good tequila. It doesn't remind me of the first time I drank tequila, which I will always remember. Because I got so sick. But I definitely... It's one of those things... It's interesting how you'll do something a million times.
Mm-hmm.
Like you'll do something and it becomes monotonous.
Right.
And then... just the slightest thing happens that throws it off, and it weighs really heavy in your memory,
Right. Yeah.
It's weird that happens. I don't know. I'm Cotton Week has affected me very deeply, and I have I've gone to some weird places, and I've been thinking very deeply about a lot of things. And it's put me in a mood.
I gotta say, though, I have noticed that the Cotton voice is back.
The Cotton voice?
Yeah.
What's that? I'm not familiar.
So in the Discord earlier today, everyone was talking about like how when you're talking with like someone like you recorded with Bird, how like you're not nearly as slow as when you're talking with me.
Well,
and I've noticed that it's back.
Okay, so
we feed off of one another, Cotton.
Yeah,
that's what's going on.
Two things. One, I'm trying a new thing where I listen to myself as I record in my headphones.
Yeah.
Which is a common thing with people that record. I don't like it. I'll tell you that much. It's weird. The other thing is, like, you and I are on the same wavelength. You know what I mean? Like,
yes.
our minds work incredibly similarly.
Yeah,
I don't know. Like the best thing I can say is, because our minds work so similarly, like I'm more I don't know, like I assume you understand that not only what I'm saying, you understand what I'm getting at. Also, you understand that I'm going to take a little time to make up my mind with my words.
Yeah,
because that's what you do as well.
We are real-time strategy gamers. Yeah. That's like we're not multiplayer first-person shooter guys. We are RTS or even turn-based strategy. For certain topics, yes, it's turn-based strategy games.
Right. Well, you mentioned the Discord, and I just want to say I'm done.
Yeah, a bunch of degens in there, man.
The Discord sucks, dude. I hate the Discord.
it's mainly just like the burning boots guys in there, like coming in just to have a crack at us.
No, I'll tell you what it is.
Oh, okay, all right. So keep in mind that like I have half of our channels muted.
Okay.
So I probably don't even. I probably haven't seen whatever you're about to bring up.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna tell you some real conceptual stuff right here.
All right.
So Dissecting Liberty Discord is incredibly similar to the Burning Boots Discord, except we have women. That's the main distinction. And the Dissecting Liberty, and that has made an incredibly different environment, you know.
Yes.
A couple of simps going on, and and then the Burning Boots guys will come on to like remind us why we shouldn't have women.
According to some, you are chief among the simps.
I'd like to see proof.
Yeah, I don't see it, but
like
other people say it. All right, I don't know.
Like I mean, prove it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Like
I will tell you one thing.
Just like you need to prove time exists.
Yeah, exactly, dude. Time's fake. Oh my. Oh.
Have we talked about that on the podcast?
No, we haven't. All right, here we go.
All right.
So
let's give it.
All right. First and foremost, prove time. I'm waiting.
I'm drawing a blank.
You can't do it. Time is unprovable. There you go. And then when you ask someone to prove time, what do? They point to a clock. They say, "Hey, it's measurable." Well, guess what, buddy? Clocks are fake too.
Oh, okay.
I started that without knowing where I was going to go with it.
Oh, okay. Well, what's the best? Like, what is like the best proof of time that anyone's ever given you?
I'm still waiting.
Is it? It's just all bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, okay, so, you know, here's one thing. Clocks were derived from sundials, right? Well, the main issue with that is the sun is fake as well. So sundials are useless.
Well, I knew the moon was fake. I didn't know the sun was fake.
Yeah, prove the sun. Can't do it.
Can't do it. You're right. You're right.
Can't do it. Now, yeah, that's the thing. I bought a book, a collected works of Marx, and he showed me that time was invented by the capitalists to better regulate our. See, I'm making sure to leave a lot of pauses so people can take bathroom breaks. You know.
Yeah, you know.
Because that's what I keep hearing on Twitter. Everybody's like, oh, I do my taxes in between cotton speaking. So I'm making sure to leave a lot of pauses. Well, time was invented by the capitalists so they could impose the time structure, shifts and whatnot.
No. Of course, yeah. Just like flat Earth. Like, people are trying to hide flat Earth because... Like, it's really important that we not know that the Earth is flat, because that would make a really big difference.
Yeah, dude.
They don't want us going to the edge.
Can you imagine?
Like, that would be incredible. I would love that.
That would rock, dude.
Yes.
You're at the edge of the Earth and you're, like, talking to aliens and stuff.
It's just like... Yeah, exactly. It's like some sort of I don't know, like a cube maybe. Or, just like some multi-sided geometric shape, right? And like, you just, like, for right now we can only, like, communicate at the barrier, but eventually we'll be able to move from one dimension to the other.
Well, I'm going to introduce something I've never heard anybody talk about.
Oh, all right. Let's hear it.
So let's say the Earth is flat.
Yes.
What if we go to the edge and then we talk to the under-Earthlings, right?
Bro.
The people.
Bro. You've blown my mind. Like,
never thought about that,
It's all making sense now.
What if we had under America,
I actually want to be there right now. It's better. Like, I know it is. Yeah, I know it is.
Cardi B never released WAP, and the coronavirus never happened because of it.
Do you think that Underworld America is wearing masks right now? No. No.
Yeah, dude. They're like...
They're like, this is the underworld.
Canceled during COVID. What's something that was canceled during COVID? What's something like really big? Oh, I know what it is. Under America never had COVID, so they had an actual good Democratic National Convention. They had a real one.
Okay, so you're gonna have to. You mentioned that there was some funny stuff about that, and the only thing that I saw was Billie Eilish.
Oh yeah, that was disgusting.
And people were mocking her, which
yeah,
like, I thought it was lame. I don't know. I'm not impressed anymore by anything, even if it's weird.
Yeah.
But what else did they have?
Well, Julia Louis-Dreyfus of Seinfeld fame did this ridiculously cringy exchange with Andrew Yang, and I can't really explain it, but people are gonna have to look it up. It is insane. It's probably the cringiest moment of the entire convention, and I'll say why it's the cringiest. Because the only other thing that would be the cringiest was Joe Biden's speech, but there are some people, the internet sleuths, uncovered some things about the Joe Biden speech when he accepted his nomination. They uncovered that at the beginning of the debate, he was, what was it? Something like he was not wearing a watch, and then at the end, he magically was wearing a watch. What? How'd that happen? Oh, God, that's wild, dude.
So they spliced it to... Okay. Well, I mean... At least it wasn't a deep fake, you know?
Yeah.
If that's
Like
the
the
case.
CNN interviews.
Oh.
And then the only other thing that's coming to mind right now was Joe Biden did this super cringy thing with his wife where they like met up somewhere. I don't know, like she gave a little speech. I'm going to preface this by saying I did not watch the convention, but I paid attention very closely to what people were saying about it on Twitter.
Yeah.
So Joe Biden did this super cringy thing with his wife where like she gave a short speech or something in like a elementary school library. I don't know. And then like he surprised her or something afterward. and like so he gave her a hug and he was like, "Oh God, I love you." And then after that he turned to the camera and he said, "Hi, I'm Joe Biden's husband."
Wait, what? Joe Biden?
That's what he said.
Oh, no.
Joe Biden turned to the camera and said, "Hi, I'm Joe Biden's husband."
Well, it wouldn't...
So, I mean, like, it's what you expected.
Yeah, you have to have at least one gaff, right?
I wish they only had one.
Oh. See, I had heard it wasn't so bad in terms of Joe Biden gaffes.
No, because it was all pre-recorded.
Yeah.
Like, it wasn't a legitimate thing.
Yeah, you don't do live Joe Biden if you can help.
No, you don't do live Joe Biden. And but then, have you seen the Guilfoyle Republican National Convention thing?
No.
Let me see. I am going to... Oh, man. Okay, here it is. I'm going to send it to you right now, but I'm also going to play it into my mic immediately after I send it to you.
What, over Discord or what?
I'm going to send it to you over Twitter.
All right.
Let's see here. Oh, God. Are you on the Dissecting Liberty Twitter chat?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna post it in there.
All right, sounds good.
Okay. All right, I'm about to play it here. Let's see here.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, come on.
Ladies and gentlemen, leaders and fighters for freedom and liberty and the American dream, the best is yet to come.
What? That's just really weird. She's just standing
Ladies and gentlemen.
in the middle of an empty room.
Yeah.
Like, how weird would that be? And you're trying to, like...
Man.
Yeah. I doubt Trump... Like, I don't think Trump could do that. Like, do that sort of thing. Because, like...
Yeah.
He feeds off of crowd energy.
Well, yeah, that's the point. Like, these people have to... Like, if they don't have a crowd, they have no orientation.
Yeah.
So they don't know what to do, and then their reptilian comes out because they don't know how to interact with people, you know?
And then and then the camera pans out, and it makes it even more awkward when you're like, oh, like there's no one within 100 feet of her.
I'm sure by the time this episode comes out, everybody will have seen that video and forgotten about it. So.
Yes.
I'm not going to bother posting it in the show notes. Man, there was something I was going to tell you about. Okay, so let's see here. What did you think about the Cotton and Derek show?
That's pretty good, man. Yeah.
Good?
Yeah. Yeah, it is kind of funny how you I'm not gonna lie, it was a little awkward as you guys were starting it up, but it got funnier as it went along. I'm like, wait, what are they doing here?
Well, everybody, just keep listening for more Cotton and Derek episodes.
I think the people are really waiting for 0 week is what.
0 week?
Yeah. That's what that's what people have been asking me for.
Okay.
Yeah.
So let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
So we had the Cotton and Derek show.
Yeah.
Are we going to have the Liberty Zero and
Cotton Paws? Okay.
the Liberty Zero and blank show? Like who's that? What's that show going to be like?
Yeah, that's a good question. I mean, I have had offers from let's see here, we had Derek and Foxhound. Both.
What?
Yeah, no, for real. Like, I don't know if it was Discord or the Twitter chat, but yeah. So Derek and I are going to have the Zero and Derek show, and we're going to say kind things about other podcasts. And we're going to play clips from other podcasts and praise, like, what a good job praise their work, And that's going to be the Derek and Zero show. And then Foxhound and I are going to have a whole hour talking about gun numbers.
Ugh.
And you'll be there, but you just won't.
No,
talk.
I will not.
Yeah, you're going to be there. Yeah, no.
Refuse.
That's the whole. Yeah, that's the whole point. And then at like the last half hour, we're going to bring in Rusty, and then he and Foxhound are going to scream at each other autistically, like they do in hour 5 of the Dissecting Liberty live show. And that's what I have planned so far for 0 Week, and I'm really excited about it.
Well, I'm excited about it.
I'm expecting at least a 15% drop in listenership.
Well, I got to tell you, I missed you during your honeymoon.
Aw.
But you knew there was a but.
Yeah, well, I was just waiting for it.
There's always a but.
You don't drop compliments without, something to follow it up. Yeah.
I missed you, but Cotton Week was fun.
Yeah, I could tell you were having fun with it.
I will say a bit of insider information. The only episode during Cotton Week that was planned was the Cotton and Derek show.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Me and the Law of Liberty guys kind of did it last minute.
Uh-huh.
Or no, we planned ahead of time, but we never, we didn't talk about what we would talk about until fairly last minute.
Yeah.
And then me and Bird planned ahead of time, but he went into it having no idea. Did you listen to the Bird episode?
Yes, yeah, I listened to that today.
He had no idea what I had prepared for him, which is why we spent the first half hour talking about feet.
That was yeah. That was funny. So we're talking on Monday, right? And the episode got posted yesterday. And I generally will retweet, I'll do a quote tweet for each episode that we drop. And I hadn't listened to it yet. So, I just picked the weird part of the episode description. They talked about feet, y'all. I have no idea what this is about.
We got to some interesting stuff in that episode.
Yes.
The last maybe 20 minutes of it was wild. I don't want to talk about what we discussed. But the question I asked Bird was what was his favorite conspiracy? And that he talked after that. After I asked him that, he talked for a solid 30 minutes. 20 to 30 minutes just nonstop. Telling me about his favorite conspiracy. That was crazy. I after that, I went back and listened, and I did some major Googling.
Mm-hmm. Did you discover anything?
No.
Oh, all
No,
right.
I didn't.
Okay, yeah.
I mean,
That's cool.
I didn't discover anything that he hadn't.
You're just
he
bad
hadn't
at
talked
Google.
about.
Okay.
Yeah, right. I use DuckDuckGo, so everything.
I do too, and yeah, sometimes it can be a little disappointing.
You know, I didn't. I've used DuckDuckGo since I first heard about it, which was years ago. So I forgot how good Google is, and then humble brag real quick. I had a discussion with Jeff Deist about browsers.
Little name drop there.
Yeah, exactly. And we were talking about DuckDuckGo and Google, and he was like, but the thing is, DuckDuckGo just isn't as good. And he's like, I know it's more secure, but I use Google because I need the better results. So, and I haven't thought about Google in so many years because I've just always used DuckDuckGo. But here's the point. Jeff Deist has damn near convinced me to use Google. That's the issue here.
Wow. Yeah, I mean, for sure. Like for me, like the main thing that I use Google for is when I'm searching for memes.
Yeah.
Because I can never find memes on DuckDuckGo. Lately, it's been a little bit better, but yeah, like I'm if I lots of times I can't find like the meme I'm searching for on DuckDuckGo, and then I'll go to Google, and then I may or may not find it, but at least I have a better chance.
Yeah, I get all my memes from Instagram. I never
Shamefully I use Facebook to find memes. Yeah. Yeah.
Well, you know, I gotta say, I got another name drop for you. So when I was at the Mises Institute a month ago, I don't know, time's fake. I was talking to my buddy Stratton J. Davis, shout out.
Yeah.
And my other good buddy Pete Quinones. Yeah, that's right. You're right to be Liberty Zero's mouth. His jaw has dropped right now. It has dropped.
Bro.
Well, anyway, me and Strat and Pete were talking about social media. And Stratton knows Pete from Facebook. Like, they're Facebook friends. And, like, Pete knew...
I'm pretty sure I'm friends with Pete on Facebook.
Oh, that sucks, dude. He wouldn't accept my friend request. What a loser, dude.
That's harsh.
I don't like him anymore.
Yeah.
Well, I
don't blame
you. I did. This was exceedingly cool. I walked up to Pete. I said, "Hey, man, and then I said my IRL name, and I said, and I'm Cotton Archist on Twitter." And he's like, "Oh man, I was just on your podcast, Dissecting Liberty, right?" And I'm like, "Yeah," and I mean that was so cool.
That's crazy, dude.
Yeah, and because that was like a week or two after we had him on.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So that, because I mean, you know, I went there and then you went on your honeymoon, so like our recording schedule's been really weird. But like it was not far long after we recorded with him when I met him. But like anyway, long tangent. Me, Strat, and Pete were talking about social media, and Stratton is friends with Pete on Facebook, and like Pete always interacts with Stratton's Facebook posts. And I'm like, man, it sounds like there's a lot of stuff going on Facebook. I'm gonna have to get on Facebook. And both Stratton and Pete turned to me and they went, "No, do not join Facebook, dude. Facebook sucks."
It does.
It well, I went against their warnings and I joined Facebook and I friended you. Do you remember this?
I do.
I friended you with the Cotton Report Facebook.
Yeah, you did.
That May
and I was
made.
like, yes, and it had her name on it.
May Cotton was the
Yeah. And I'm like, what the heck? How did she find me? Yeah, I didn't know.
That was your first question, not why her last name was Cotton.
Yeah, you know, there were many questions, to be honest. But yeah, that was the first one. I'm like, how the heck did she find me?
Wait, is this the first time we've talked since I've been to Mises?
No.
No?
No.
God.
No, because you went to Mises during my wedding.
Right.
And that was a month ago. That was over a month ago.
Okay.
It was like nearly 5 weeks ago. So we've definitely talked since then.
God. Like, if you ever needed more of a reason to believe that time is fake, like, this is it. Like, I just have no idea. I'm going crazy, dude. I'm going crazy. I have no clue what's going on.
No, I feel that.
What's the first... Okay. Because I know we did the Jared episode
Yep.
after that.
And, right, and we also talked to Pause.
Pause. Right.
That was episode 38.
Okay. Because the Peaceful Treason episode was the last one to go up in those ones that we recorded ahead of time.
Yeah.
And we did the Politicrat. Oh, speaking of the Politicrat, I don't know if you know about this, but the Politicrat has started doing YouTube live streams.
Yeah, I did see that.
Yeah, dude.
I
he
popped
pissed
in there
me
for half a second.
For the second one?
No, I think it was the first.
Oh, if you go back and watch the first one, they're talking about me like maybe a fifth of the time.
Really?
Because I was lighting up the live chat, dude. Because I wanted him to let me in. Because May was in, and there was there was some cuck. He sucked. I forget his name. There was some dude that was the worst, and he was making the worst arguments, and I'm like, let me in, dude. I want to battle this guy. You know what I mean?
Yeah. You're like, I've had a long week. I need to beat someone up.
Right. And but he wouldn't let me in, dude. So I was lighting up the chat. Me and I don't know if you remember. There's this guy on Twitter named Idiot's Query. Do you remember him?
Yes.
Like, he was like a white Quincy. That's how I always think of him. Well, he got banned off of Twitter recently, but he was in the chat. Me and him were talking and lighting up the chat. But I kept making May was a part of this discussion, right? She was in the YouTube live stream, and I was making fun of her the entire time.
Nice. Dude, you remember... Go ahead. No, go ahead, man.
But I was just making fun of her the entire time. And people that had no clue who I was were like, hey, dude, get this Cotton guy in. Or no. I was doing it from the Dissecting Liberty YouTube account.
Nice.
And they're like, get this Dissecting Liberty dude in. He's cool. Politicrat wouldn't let me in, dude. What nonsense.
Ridiculous, man. He's going to have to beg to get back on the show now.
No, I told him I'm gonna help him set up an RSS feed, so he better let me in episode 3. He just released episode 2, so. Oh man, what was I about to say? Well, shout out to him. I guess look up The Politicrat on Twitter or on Facebook, or God,
YouTube.
YouTube, thank you. And
You're welcome.
holy cow, episode 2 has 15 dislikes and 6 likes. What happened?
Oh, dang.
I just gave him a like. I don't know. Go.
I'm not seeing it here. Let's see here.
Okay, well then I guess that means I'm gonna have to put a link in the show notes. I'll
It's one.
send you,
It's one word, right?
No, I'm gonna share a link in the Dissecting Liberty Twitter chat.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, I was gonna say. Do you remember that time that we kind of crashed Sean's live stream?
Yeah. I love doing that so much, dude. It's so fun.
Yeah.
I feel like an ass, but it's fun. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah. I'm gonna have to get the link for you for it later because I'm not seeing it here on YouTube.
Okay, I put it in the Dissecting Liberty Twitter chat.
Okay, cool.
Twitter DM. If anybody wants in that, just message me or tweet at me because it's popping. That's all I gotta say. And how much time do we have left? Okay, so we can get into the final topic.
All right.
You don't know about the final topic, but we can get into the final topic.
right.
The AT&T girl.
Oh no. Yeah.
This might not be the final topic, but it's definitely one of the topics. The fans want it.
I've been seeing this for like the past week or two, and then that's all the Twitter chat was about today.
I'm about to spam Dissecting Liberty Twitter chat with AT&T girl pics.
Thirst posting.
There was
You did thirst post on the main today.
Did I?
Yeah, you did.
I don't remember. When?
I don't know, just earlier today.
I'm looking right now. Let's see here. I said STFU commie. I said new WOMP order. Oh yeah, I did thirst tweet. This morning I can explain. On the Twitter, on the Discord, on the Dissecting Liberty Twitter chat, we were talking about the AT&T girl, and I was just looking up pictures of her to post, and then I was looking at my pictures later, and I realized I had 6 pictures of her just in a row in my photos. And I posted a screenshot of just those 6 pictures, and I said, "You aren't straight if your photos don't look like this." So let me ask you a question, Zero. I have a very important question.
Okay.
Do your photos look like that?
They do not. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah. I'm a gay boy.
Gay boy?
That's right. Not nearly as gay as Derek, but still pretty gay.
I'm gonna have a hot take real quick.
Oh, okay. All right. Let's hear it.
I do not think Derek is gay.
Bro. What was that?
Derek's not gay, dude.
Everyone knows that he is. So I don't know where this
what's
is.
your proof?
I don't know where this is coming from.
Where's your proof that Derek is gay? My co-host, my podcast co-host, Derek, his Twitter at is literally Derek is not gay. Tell me what your proof is that he's gay.
You don't defend pegging as fervently as that man, and not be gay.
Let me ask you a question. Let me ask you a question. Real quick. Let me ask you a question.
Okay. Let's go for it.
Would a gay man get married to a woman?
I got married to a woman.
Okay, answer the
there you go.
question.
There's your answer. There's your answer right there.
Damn, dude, Derek is gay. Wow.
There you go.
Wow.
Right there. Yeah.
Oh, man. Oh, I just had an awakening.
You're surrounded by gays, Cotton.
I
And
am.
it says a lot about you that every co-host that you pick is gay.
I don't know. Let me ask you a question. If Derek... Let me think here. Derek has been on Dissecting Liberty 3 times now.
Yeah, it's 3 times too many.
3 times. I don't know if you realize this. I'm trying to count. 1... the Politicrat has been on a lot. 2...
What, like 4 times?
3... Yeah.
And
He's
then
our most
Dexter's-
had-on guest. 4,
And then
yeah.
Dexter's been on 3, right?
No, Dexter's been on twice.
Really? Only twice.
It goes... Yeah, it goes...
We did have
Derek,
one
and then
failed.
Dexter. Yeah, but we posted that. I mean, no, we didn't.
No, yeah, we did have one failed attempt back when I was having those Discord issues.
That's right, yeah. That's right. But still,
somehow,
the Politicrat, even then, even taking that into account, I think I still have that recorded. That was a good, 30-minute talk. But even then, the Politicrat is still the most had-on guest. So,
yeah,
I don't...
Your episode with him really took off.
It did.
The Rave Dubin one.
Rave Dubin. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, that was interesting. See, I need to address something while we're here. The Cotton Report thing. Did you see that?
Yes, I'm well aware of your failure.
Thank you.
As
Thank you, friend.
You're welcome, buddy.
Well, I don't consider it a failure.
No. Yeah.
Even if, I guess, in the technical sense of the word, it is. But, nobody... every successful person has had failures. And literally in this world of people that do projects similar to the Cotton Report, they have failed a lot. And that's part of just figuring out the learning curve, And I know I learned a lot from the Cotton Report, and I hope the people that wrote learned a lot. And I will say this. 2 of my favorite articles were written by May. She did a really good job. And you're not going to hear me give her praise very often. I'm going to say that first and foremost.
Yeah, we don't do that here.
Yeah, we do not praise women. But 2 of my favorite articles were written by her. She did a really good job. Stratton... who I mentioned earlier, who I met IRL at Mises, he wrote the most articles and some of my favorite. He did a really good job. And then Porter, who is on the Insurrection Inc. podcast that Stratton is on as well. And I also met Porter IRL in Mises. Porter was the only one from the Cotton Report to get retweeted by the Mises Institute, which was very cool. But and also you can still go to cottonreport.com and look at all these articles. But part of the issue was that it was an editorial thing, Like, I did not have time to look at all the articles before they were going to be published. And part of it is, I guess, COVID world, because people are so focused on the immediate, because life's so crazy right now. They're writing about things that are in the news at the moment, which required an immediate edit to be published that day or the next, which created some issues. But then part of the issue with that is I really didn't, and this is my fault, I think, I really didn't want it to be a news site. Or maybe, okay, here's the thing. When I started it, I thought having like half news and like half theory would be cool. Mm-hmm. Like kind of a mix. Or I think that's kind of what the Mises Institute does with the Mises Wire. Is they kind of make, they take current events and relay them to theoretical ideas. And I like that idea a lot. But I recently, because I just decided to end it, recently I have taken kind of a turn more towards the theoretical, just in my own thought. And I really did not like the idea of doing news. But then that's not really a reason to stop the Cotton Report. I could have just changed the editorial position. But then the other thing is I thought about where my time is better spent. Is my time better spent editing, writing, or writing my own stuff?
Right.
And yeah, and I thought about that, and I decided that I really want to spend that time writing my own stuff, because I only wrote one article for the Cotton Report. It's still up, and I'm really proud of it. Even though even now, I kind of disagree with some of the things I said in there, but I've become kind of I don't know. I've been wrestling with some big ideas, and I want to do my own writing, and I don't think that heading the Cotton Report was a good place for me to be at right now.
Yeah. And I have to give you props. Like, you like, instead of like kind of drawing it out and like basically procrastinating on your work, and like taking several weeks to like end it, like you just went ahead and did it like right away.
Yeah.
Instead of just kind of like leaving it on not like instead of like not updating it, you you just informed everyone what was going on.
Yeah, and I feel kind of bad because there's some people, like Stratton in particular, because he wrote regularly for the Cotton Report.
Yeah.
I feel kind of bad because I kind of sprung it on him and everybody. But I like, it was kind of overwhelming, like there was a lot of work, more work than I intended. And that's part of the learning experience I went through for running a publication like that. Is it's not as easy as I initially intended it to be, or thought it was going to be. So, but then the other thing is, as it was running, I wanted it to be as legit as possible, which gets back to what you said. I like, the minute I thought I cannot maintain this to an adequate degree, I said, all right, I can't do this, and I sent the message. You know, and you know who's really to blame?
I wanted to come up with something clever, but I'm drawing a blank. Who's to blame?
The intern that runs the Dissecting Liberty Twitter account.
That guy sucks.
He's the worst, dude. He's the worst, didn't he?
Yeah.
So here's what happened. He logged
Bad memes.
into the Cotton Report. Yeah, bad memes, first of all. And he logged into the Cotton Report WordPress. He changed the password, right? And when I tried to log in, he messaged me and he's like, ha ha. And I was like, all right, I can't do this, you know. And,
and then he locked me out of the show account on Twitter.
Well, you agreed to that. That was Cotton Week. We talked about that ahead of time. Like, we agreed that you would be locked out.
I don't remember any such conversation.
That was the mead night.
Oh, okay. Yeah, well, you're right. Things did get a little bit fuzzy that night.
So we made two agreements that you would be locked out and that he had to be nice to me for the entirety of Cotton Week. So
that was probably hard for him.
Probably. Because he's so jealous and I'm so awesome. Right?
Correct. Yes.
Am I right?
Yes.
Am I right, fellas?
You're right. You're right. We them boys.
We them boys. Let's see. You know, since we're hanging out, which we haven't done in a while, you know one thing we should probably do?
What's that?
We should probably shout out the patrons.
Yeah. We should probably do that. You have the list.
Let's see. Yeah, I'm pulling it up. Let's see. There's one that I know their Discord. Listen, if you're a patron and you don't have like your Discord name as your Patreon username, please message me and tell me your Discord name, and I'll make sure to make a note of that. Because the only one, let's see. Okay, Fart Pimpson is one. I know that. And Rooster. We got Rooster. And Anarcho Mustachist.
Of course, yeah.
Coonhound Redhead.
Yeah.
Or that's her Twitter name. I don't remember her. Oh no, that's her Discord name.
Yeah, that's her Discord.
Croc.
Southern.
Her Twitter is Croc something. Discord rocks compared to Twitter, so
I'll look it up here. Yeah, Crocs and Coonhound on Twitter is her at.
Let's see. And then there's one other that's called Smokin' Goose, and I don't know who that is. So, Smokin' Goose, I don't know who that is. I messaged them. Please tell me who you are. Discord, Twitter, whatever, and I'll add you to the super VIP Discord chat. You can get episodes early and all that. So,
wait, wasn't that Moose?
No, I don't think so. Maybe.
Well, I know Moose is in the patron chat on our super secret, very special, lit Patreon members only chat on Discord.
So many people have kind of I don't know. It's been a lot of people have been juggled on the Patreon lately, so there's only one patron who I don't know who they are right now, and that's Smokin' Goose.
Okay.
So yeah, just message me and I'll get you on the super secret Lord God patron chat. and early episodes and bonus episodes and all that kind of stuff. It's a good time.
Sweet.
Man, what else has been going on?
Oh, okay, yeah. So I was about to bring something up. So I was driving on the way back from my honeymoon, and I was listening to Smoke Pit Story Time with Vedarchist OG from Twitter, and he's kind of been taking his show in a little bit of a different direction lately. It's not so much politics, and he's had a couple episodes with a pastor who's also a voluntarist, and he's this really interesting guy. I think his name is Stephen White, and he's on Twitter. But anyway, just in the course of one of their conversations, like I kind of had this realization, and so I guess I have a question for you. And I don't think you're gonna. I just want to kind of see if you get an answer close to what I'm looking for here. But like, what is the opposite of liberty?
Death.
Death. All right, I was not expecting that answer. But like, what do you think about something like the word slavery?
I think.
Oh, were you throwing back to Patrick Henry right there? Was that what that was?
Sort of.
Okay.
But not really. Like, I think liberty or death is a very specific thing, because I think even you can find liberty in slavery. Like, I think liberty starts in the mind and then works its way out, you know?
Okay. Yeah, and that's part of what I'm going to bring up here. But yeah, like, so, like, do you think that, like, someone could think of slavery being the opposite of liberty?
I think that someone could think that.
Okay. Well, okay, so that's kind of how I think.
I think that would be understandable. Like, I understand that position. It's not mine, but I understand it.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, yeah. Well, so I just want to make a real quick point, and it may be something I don't know if it's something that we could explore like in more detail later, but anyway, so so in my mind, the opposite of liberty is slavery, and another word for slavery is bondage, right? And in the Christian world, when you read the Bible, it talks about people being like in bondage to sin, and like in bondage, like, or enslaved to sin, right? And
yeah,
I kind of got to thinking like how in some ways, like, especially like if you're a Christian and you know, like you read this stuff, right, in the Bible, at least for me, this is something where like I've kind of missed the mark for a while, or at least like I haven't been thinking about it in this way, and I've been missing out, is that like if you think of liberty just in terms of like your civil rights, or you know, just your individual rights, like you're not seeing the whole picture, because you can be totally free from state coercion but still be enslaved to sin, right? Or if you don't, you know, if you want to just like take it out of that religious context and make it more secular, like an addiction, right?
I agree completely. Like that's what I meant when I said that like you can have liberty in slavery. You know, like it starts in the mind. You know?
Yeah.
I agree completely.
Yeah, and so like when this goes like in terms of like an example, this kind of goes back to what we were talking about with Sean, like I don't know how many episodes back, but the last episode that we did with him, we're talking about the bad effects of porn, and that's like that's something that you can be enslaved, like your mind can be enslaved, right? And you're not experiencing liberty, like in that sense, right? Like, let's say that you're, for whatever, like you're living out in the woods, right? And you're like, a lot of people would say, okay, yeah, you have maximum freedom, maximum liberty living out there. But, and I'm okay, I guess you don't really have Wi-Fi out in the woods, but whatever, right? If you still have some sort of addiction, or you're still holding on to something that like controls your life in a malevolent way, then you're still not there in terms of like experiencing liberty.
Yeah.
So, and I don't know if that can really be fleshed out for like a whole episode, but I like that kind of like, that hit me like on when I was listening to that podcast. I'm like, I paused it and like just sat there for like 15 minutes, just like going through that whole process, that thought process.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, man, like I've gone down some rabbit holes since you've been gone.
Yeah.
And, like, have you read The New Right? Michael Malice?
I listened to the audiobook, yeah.
Yeah, me too. I listened to it going to Auburn and back. And, like, that's when I heard him mention Curtis Yarvin.
Mencius Moldbug, as he's known. Yeah.
And I've been kind of diving deep on his stuff lately. And it's interesting because, like, before him, because, like, he makes Austrian points, right? Like, he makes points about the Fed and everything. But he also is more focused on the cultural and the sociological and the psychological rather than the economic aspects of culture, and he seems kind of I think the episode is out by now where on the Friends Against Government they talk about post-Austrian economics. But that's kind of what he's like. I mean, like, he's not paying so much attention to economics, which I'm not going to go as far as saying economics is fake as some people that we are friendly with will say. But he makes some incredibly compelling historical, cultural, sociological, psychological points. And I am not prepared to argue them with incredible depth at the moment, but I'm doing some very deep reading, and I plan on writing pretty soon, and that's part of the Cotton Report thing. Like, I want to focus on my own writing. But like I'm with you 100% on what you were saying, and I'm excited for you to hear like what I've been kind of working with as of late, the ideas I've been wrestling with, and I'm also gonna share some stuff with you that I've been listening to. It was interesting. Again, shout out to the Politicrat when I was with I was in his first stream, and what's that guy's name? This guy was a part of his second stream. Closington? I can't promise to put him in the show notes. But on YouTube, he's Closington. Clossington. And he's made some interesting videos. From there, I discovered a bunch of people in like that world. And I don't know, it's interesting. Like, it's crazy how, you know, you're on Twitter and like you're in the ANCAP group, and then all of a sudden you find like a new way of thinking that is completely compatible with your old way, but it's like revolutionary, you know?
Yeah, yeah.
And it's also interesting, and I'm not incredibly prepared to explain why, but I have noticed a lot of people in this group that I've discovered are Christian. Like more so than in like the Austrian economics group that like we're like we've cut our teeth in, you know?
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah, yeah.
Like they're all very Christian, and most of them are Catholic, which is interesting. But like, I mean, I don't know if it is what like Michael Malice means by the new right. I don't think it is, because in the new right, Michael Malice kind of talks about quote unquote the new right like with a negative connotation.
Yeah.
But these videos I've seen and these articles I've read have all been incredibly consistent. It's been like, I mean, you read Austrian economic stuff. Like, you read Hoppe, who's like the latest of the Austrian economics people. And he talks a lot about philosophy and culture. But he's still grounded in economics. So, like, I go to this new group talking about Mencius Mollberg and all these type of people, and they are still very consistent with like the core principles of Austrian economics, but they do not have that core economics framework. Like, they are working from a philosophical framework primarily, and then they will use the economics as a justification rather than like their primary argument. It's interesting. I'm in the it's all in the infant stage, you know, but I guess what I'm getting at is what you were saying about like stuff like porn and addiction just in general as being anti-liberty or the opposite of liberty. I completely agree. And I'm excited to eventually make that argument in a very logical way. I guess that's what I'm... very long-winded way to get to say that's what I'm thinking right now.
Sweet. Dude, yeah, I'm excited about this. Yeah, I was... yeah, you had mentioned that you're going to share some of that stuff with me, and I'd been waiting to ask you to tell me that, or to... I had been waiting to ask you to do that. But then you did your cotton thing, and you took 5 minutes to say what could have been said in 30 seconds. And no,
I mean, like, I'm a very philosophical minded person.
Yeah, no, and I'm just joking about that.
No, I understand. But yeah. Like, it's difficult for me to I don't know, I'm really good visually, which is, it's kind of just a weird thing to get into, but I'm very good visually, which is why I'm a better writer than I am a speaker.
Yeah.
Because and also when I'm writing, obviously I can write something and then take a couple of days to edit it, you know, but
right.
It's just easier for me to write than it is to speak, but so it takes me a little while to get to the point, because I'm trying to not only fill up recording You know what I mean? Just not to leave dead air, but also I'm trying to work through what I'm thinking about.
Yeah, and like I'm the same way, but I just don't I just don't really want to write. Is my problem.
Yeah, I understand.
Yeah,
I
I don't know about
completely.
you, but a lot of times I feel like I have to have a really comprehensive, like knowledge base on what I want to talk about before I feel comfortable actually like summarizing it.
Yeah.
I mean, not with all stuff, and not with like some people that I'm really comfortable with, but like I don't know, like when I had this problem when I was like writing papers in school, is like I had to do like so much research before I could like actually start writing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because like
Well,
I had a few times where I'm like, or I'd start the writing process and then I'd read some more and I realize, oh wait, I was totally wrong,
yeah.
and then I'm like restarting it.
Yeah, I'm the exact same way. But I have, and it's been a process trying to get out of that, you know?
Yeah,
And I still fall into it, but I'm literally the exact same way. But you know what really helped me in that is reading Descartes, because I don't know. I literally have the book next to me. Descartes wrote this book called Meditations on First Philosophy, and I disagree with a lot of the conclusions he comes to, but his basic premise is that people are too caught up in thought of the past, that it is like wrong thought of the past is infecting their current thought. And also the wrong thought, the reason thought of the past is wrong because it just came to logical inconclusions. You know, it's just the logic was faulty. You know.
yeah.
So what Descartes did was, this might get me in trouble for saying, but he basically invented a priori logic. What he said was he's going to start over completely.
Yeah.
And that's where the famous phrase, I think, therefore I am, comes from. Because he had to prove, before he got to anything else, he had to prove that he is.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And so, and like, I disagree with some of the conclusions he came to in the book, in the very short book, but like, I do like that idea where, you know, you to make an argument relying on prior arguments from other people, it's not necessarily bad in and of itself, but it is definitely worth looking at with some suspicion, you know.
Right.
And also, depending on what you're talking about, I think that I think what he did is very good, which is, you know, work the logic out yourself. Don't rely on other people with their conclusions. Like work the logic out and come to your own conclusions, because, you know, something can be right culturally and not right logically, you know, and that's and I that really kind of changed how I think about things, you know, and it really made me look at science skeptically. Like, that's really when I became conspiratorial, is when I read that, and it kind of changed my outlook on a lot of stuff.
Mm-hmm. No, yeah, I totally get that.
Yeah. Well, I gotta pee really bad, man.
Yeah, and I need to get to bed pretty quick here. Got work in the morning, and a dog to take out. So.
All right. Well, you want to do the intro? Or the outro?
The outro.
I haven't done it in a while.
Yeah, I got this. All right. I'm Liberty Zero, reminding you to zero your rifle.
And I'm Cottonarchist, reminding you to pick cotton voluntarily.
That last part's very important.